What's up, everybody? It's Nathaniel back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing what I believe to be most people's number one regret in this life. And this is unconventional. This is something that goes against common thinking. This is something that is maybe reverted in terms of, again, common thinking and what everybody generally thinks about when it comes to maybe a regret. But I do believe I have the answer, and I do believe it's going to blow your mind. Now, before I get into that, um, you know, there's one thing I would like to talk about. I'd like to share a story that kind of sets up what it is that I'll be telling you is potentially everybody's number one regret, and it's the Pike story. I'm not sure if people are familiar with this, but this happened in Canada, where essentially they had two separate tanks, but they were mirroring each other. And in this one tank, they had a pike, and in this one tank, they had minnows. And to divide them, they had a clear glass split between the two. Now, each day the pike would try to, attack the minnows, of course, and gobble them all up, eat them all up. But every day would just keep hitting the glass each and every day, until finally one day, the pike, it just gave up. It just got disinterested. It started to swim circles instead of even acknowledging that the minnows were there. Just kind of wait until it was fed, and totally just gave up on trying to get the minnows or trying to attack the minnows or trying to overcome or whatever the case is in regards to eating up all the minnows. Now, what had happened in this was the people who were conducting this study removed the glass. They removed the divider. Now, it's obviously like the pike has the opportunity to basically eat up every single minnow. And what ends up happening is the pike continues to just swim in circles. And it's because there's an illusionary mindset that there's something dividing you or stopping you from getting to what it is your ultimate goal, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we built in this imaginary barrier to prevent us from things that we could ultimately achieve if we keep working at it, if we keep chipping away at it, if we keep grinding towards it. And, this kind of sets up again what it is that I want to talk about today, which is, everybody's most common, I would say, and one of the most common, I would scratch that and say one of the most common regrets that a lot of people share is that they didn't feel enough. Is when they look back on their life in hindsight, they didn't give that opportunity enough tries. They didn't give enough bats. They just didn't feel enough. And in the book, Go for No, this is one of the biggest mindset shifts that the book talks about, and which ultimately focuses on sales. But I think this mindset could be adopted into anything, especially those who are entrepreneurs, those who are, aspiring to be professional athletes or any type of professional in regards to some type of skill set, whether it be a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer, etc. But just general people too. I mean, the problem is that there's 5 different levels to failure, and most people get stuck at the first level, which is, it's the ability to fail. Like, I could fail, but you don't really move past that. I say 80% stay within this bubble of there's an ability to fail, but do I really want to fail? No. And what's really hampered this, what's really, increased this level of thinking of, I would like to fail, but, I really don't want to, is obviously social media. And what social media has done is projected a successful, instant gratification lifestyle. You see other people, whether it be your own friends and family, whether it be just random people that pop up on your feed, and they're always doing something extravagant, or maybe sharing some funny content, but it's instant gratification. It's stuff where it's right there in front of your face. You get it for that moment, and then it's gone. It evaporates, and you're constantly chasing that, especially TikTok too. I don't want to just nail Instagram, but TikTok obviously is the biggest form of instant gratification, because they have the best algorithm to cater to what it is that you like and want to see. And again, this has prevented people from really stepping out there and, first of all, sharing their journey of failure, but second of all, actually wanting to fail. And that's where the successful people lie. They have an eagerness, a hunger, a desire to fail, and they want to fail big, and they want to fail faster. But most of us want to fail. We don't even want to fail. We fail once, we fail twice, and we shy away from it. We take our hands off. We say, this is not for me. And when you look back at it, it really was for you. You just weren't willing to be patient enough to get it. You just weren't willing to endure and have a level of perseverance and grit to go after it and suffer through it. And that's one of the most common things about failure, is that you're going to have to suffer. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I mean, there's going to be sleepless nights. There's going to be nights of worry. There's going to be this, that, and the third. But in hindsight, when you go through that and you look back and you're successful, it creates a different level of mindset, a different level of gratitude, a different level of happiness, I would say. Because you know what you had to go through to get there. And you know that you're a part of a 5% club. You're exclusive. You are the creme de la creme of whatever it is that you're in, or whatever it is that you do, only because you wanted to fail and you were willing to fail enough in order to achieve what it is that you wanted to achieve. So, I'll leave you guys with that. Don't let your biggest regret be that you didn't fail enough. Okay? Let your biggest regret be that you failed so big, so grandiose, that, maybe you lost, a bunch of this, a bunch of that, or, you sacrificed this, you sacrificed that. But don't let it be that you didn't fail enough to get what you wanted. Because I guarantee if you stick with it enough, if you do it enough, if you learn, if you're willing to put your hand up and say, listen, I'm willing to do this. Pick up the phone, make the calls, reach out to the person that you are trying to get into a relationship with. Take these chances. The book also quotes this thing: sticks and stones may break my bones, but no's can never hurt me. And don't get fearful of rejection, of negative responses, of people who, they're insecure in their own lives. At the end of the day, people who will respond to you in a negative way, at the end of the day, you got to think they're probably going through their own shit. So I would never take anything personal. If somebody were to cuss me on the phones, I'm in sales, but if somebody were to cuss me on the phones, or, tell me to F off, whatever the case is, listen, you have a blessed day. You have a nice day. And I keep it pushing on to the next. And, that's another thing that the book talks about, like doctors, right? And this is unfortunate, but you have to think this is what has to happen with doctors, in a sense where when they're being taught in school, about a death or something serious, a serious ailment that, maybe you're not able to prevent, the mindset has to be next. Because the next patient might be dealing with something that you can save. And it's unfortunate that it's like that, but it is reality. That the family may have to grieve, but you as a doctor have to be able and have the ability to say next. And that's how we have to move about our day to day. It's got to be next. Next, next, next. Brian Kelly, he would always say, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And then pick up the phone and start dialing, or do whatever it is that he was fearful, or he was creating that invisible barrier that was preventing him from going and taking that step forward. So remove the mental barrier. Focus on what you can control and go towards whatever your goals are with full speed. And always remember, KISS, man, keep it simple, stupid. Don't complicate it. Don't get analysis paralysis because you're all over the place and you don't know where to start, what to do. Keep it simple, stupid. Just start. Just start, just go. And fail, 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 and then success will come. Remember, the equation is me, failure, success. There is no me, success, and that's it. All right, so I'll leave you guys with that, man. Thank you for tuning into this video today. If you liked it, please like, comment, and share. Also, subscribe to the channel. Let's really push this content out there, guys. I appreciate it, and thank you so much for coming in. I'll see you in the next one. All right, man. Peace.